Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive JT. I have another lighting project for the Jeep Gladiator. Now, this is something that I know a lot of you are either gonna love or you're gonna hate. I'll show you what it is here in just a second, but where they're gonna go is on each side of the existing lights up there, the lights that I just put on. By the way, there is an install video on the channel if you want to see this, but there's going to be one over there and there's going to be one over there. So let's go in the garage. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm not actually putting them on today because I have to get them ready to put on. So what I've got, these are called, let's see, LED 3-inch double-faced lights. Now, if you don't know what those are, I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to look it up or wait until the video comes out to see exactly what it is that I'm doing. But when they came like this, and I knew this. They have silver, or a silver band, a chrome band around them. And I'm not a big chrome fan. So I've done one already, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. But I've turned that, you can see right there, into this. There you go, for comparison's sake. And I really dig the way it came out. It came out great. Down here at the bottom, you're not going to be able to see that, so it's not a big issue. And I might even paint that little area or put a black marker on it. I don't know, but you won't be able to see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn that one on the right, my right, into this one. Put that back in there for safekeeping. And how I'm doing that is with some wrap. This is my first successful attempt at wrapping. I actually have this left over because originally I was going to wrap the trim that used to be chrome all around the Mercedes. I decided that wasn't going to work for me. I just couldn't get it to come out right, so I ended up painting that. I didn't want to paint this because I didn't want to take it all apart, tape it all up. I could have. But the wrap, since it's such a small area, I figured anybody could do it. And as you saw over there, it came out pretty well. The problem is always stretching and bubbles, but this is so small, it's pretty easy. So all you need to do this is some wrap material. I've got a black gloss, an X-Acto knife, a pair of scissors, and maybe a little squeegee-like thing, and some patience. That's about it. Now, this is such a narrow band that I'm going to be wrapping. I probably could even use electrical tape. I'm guessing that it's probably almost, if not, the exact right width. Let's just see. I'm just curious. And actually, it's just a little bit narrow. So, probably could not get away with it. Let's hold it up here. I want to see a little better look. Yeah, it's a little bit narrow. You could see there's a sliver on the side you'd be able to see. You still could get away with it. You'd just have to split the difference and you'd still be able to see the chrome, but that's not what I want. So let me get set up and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, first up, and I think I forgot to mention this, you do need some rubbing alcohol because you want to clean any grease or anything off of this, fingerprints. You know, I've been messing with it a little bit. So I'm just gonna spray a little bit on a towel and wipe it off. That's all you really need to do. This is not rocket science. Wipe it off, let it dry, and rubbing alcohol dries very, very quickly, so it's not like you're going to be days waiting for this to dry off. Again, to give the tape the best opportunity for adhesion, that's the idea here. And I want to pay particular attention to the tight spots, and that's right around the stud on this. Even though I'm not going right up to it, I don't want to have it not stick because that'll be the end of the run, if you will. Now, one other thing I want to point out, you want to make sure if you're doing something like this that you don't put the tape up here on the edge where the nut is going to contact it, because when you screw it down, the nut's going to turn and that's going to turn your vinyl wrap. That'll be a problem. So, now that we've got that done, we need to catch an end of this tape, which is, I've discovered, a bit of a challenge. It's on there so well. Of course, when I say that, I'll probably get it right off. I doubt it. So let me fold the edge over. It doesn't matter because we're going to be cutting off that edge anyway. But let's grab the edge. There, and I would just pull down about yay much and then release more as you go, just so you're not fighting with the adhesive while you're doing this. And that's true on any job that you might be doing. Of course, I have a fan blowing behind me. It's kind of my gnat control, so it wants to blow my tape all over the place. And this stuff is sticky, I'll warn you. It wants to stick. So I'm going to go ahead, really just lay it on there and hope that it adheres right to begin with before I start pushing it down. And I'm going to just use my thumb as I go to kind of smooth it out, as opposed to a tool. You could use one of these things, but I find it's more awkward to do that. So I'm just going to kind of lay it down and smooth it out as I go. And you don't want to pull too hard because this stuff stretches and then you have lines in it, if you will. So you just kind of want to follow the contour of what you're taping up around. So far, so good. Again, releasing the tape as we go. And hopefully, and I see two air bubbles already, so we want to go back and get rid of those. Just kind of lay it on there as you go, kind of smoothing it out again. I have such a small surface that my thumb, of course, covers the whole thing, so that makes it kind of easy. You get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and finish it up, then we'll come back on. I'll show you the next step. Okay, I've got it all wrapped around. Now we have all this excess material, of course. For that, I'm going to use the X-Acto knife and just kind of catch it right in the groove along the side and cut it, and then I'll be able to peel this tape off. I'll show you that when it's done. Okay, finished trimming around the edges. You guys can see the finished product. There's what it looks like around the little terminal area, or threaded stud, I guess. Again, this is going to be covered up down here by the nut, so you're not going to see that. So I don't really care what that looks like, to be honest. And that's it. That gives me a nice blacked out look, and I think it's pretty cool. I think it came out really well. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Am I nuts? Probably. It should be pretty cool. Again, you'll have to stay tuned. Make sure you click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on what it is that I'm doing. I think it's going to be a pretty neat look for the truck, so stay tuned. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive Project Cars, all about currently the Mercedes-Benz, and Rob Motive, all about the Toyota Tacoma. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. And while you're at it, smash the subscribe button here too. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.